Hi guys, welcome back to Only If with Estella Wilson. Today's video is going to be about refinancing your home in the current market through a pandemic and how that process looks. So I was contacted by my bank, the bank that I use. They work with an outside company and it's called Specialized Loan Servicing, and they asked me, was I interested in refinancing my home. At the time, they were asking me for all kind of information over the phone, and because I didn't contact them, they contacted me. I first did my research and said, I took their information, I didn't give them any information about me, and I said, I want to verify that you are working with my bank. So I hung up the phone on them and I called my current bank and I asked them, hey, are you currently working with Specialized Loan Services? And they said, yeah, they are. So basically, we ended up refinancing, and they currently was working with our current bank, and we were able to refinance our home. That process in total took about a month long to do. I want to go over some of the setbacks that I had when I was trying to refinance, not only this time, but well, more the last time. So I originally tried to refinance my house maybe 5 years ago, and I wasn't denied, but they asked me to put $11,000 down to be able to refinance, and I didn't feel like I would be coming out ahead. So me and my husband decided not to go along with that offer, and we kept our mortgage the way it was. And the reason we were interested in refinancing is because we had a 80-20 loan, meaning we had a loan from two places that paid our mortgage. So one of our loans was $750 and the other loan was $232. Our plan was to pay the $232 loan off, and that would have had to been paid in 5 years. So we would have only had a $750 mortgage. $750 for a mortgage or rent is not a lot. We felt like we could do that very easily, even if something crazy happened and we had to take like a minimum wage job. That would be like the worst. We could still pay $750 a month. So we weren't really looking or like in the market to refinance after we had been told we needed to give them $11,000. And we could have gave them $11,000, but that would have blew through our savings, and it really wouldn't put us in a better financial place. So when this company called and said, hey, you qualify for refinancing because of the pandemic or whatever was going on in the world, they said, would you like to refinance? I talked to my husband about it, and we were able to refinance. We had to give them, I think, $150 for kind of like a commitment, and that $150 would be applied to our whole application or escrow account when we closed. So we had to commit, and it was $150. The guy that we work with, he helped us through every process. They had information online where you can see step by step where your loan was in the process. And because I'm really organized and I'm a planner, I had all the information that they wanted. They wanted like 3 paycheck stubs, and they wanted your last year's taxes and all the normal information that they ask you when you are applying for a loan. So in our case, everything worked out fine. So now we consolidated our 80-20 loan. So I was owing 2 people for my mortgage to 1. And so we only owe Specialized Loan Servicing. And our mortgage is now $1,153, which is a little bit more than our past loan that we owed, the $750 plus $232. So it's a little bit more, but we included our taxes with it. With our first loan that we got when we were in our 20s, we did not include an escrow for the taxes and the insurance. So we paid out of pocket for our home insurance and our state taxes. And this time around, we wanted to include them in our mortgage. So it was a big sticker shock to me when I had to pay my first $1,153 a month, just because I'm used to paying $750 and $232, so it was like $110 more. But in the long run, I don't have to come up with big lump sums throughout the year. So for example, I think our taxes are due in June and September. I would have to come up with like $1,500 for June and $1,500 for September. I had to come up with lump sums of money to pay those. I also had to pay the home on our home once a year, and that was like $932 or something. So in the end, I am paying $100 and something more a month, but I don't have to pay those really big bills that I had to pay throughout the year, and that was a benefit. Okay, I want you to see some of the fees. I decided to pull out my actual loan application, so you can see that on the top, $1,963.10 were the loan cost charges for like processing fees, and then in B it says service borrowed did not shop for. That's like all the appraisal fees, credit reports, flood certification, taxes, things like that. That was $723. And then down here, you're going to have everything you need, the cost to buy a home. So all the title work. And we had the person come to our house to do the paperwork. So that was $1,969. The total was $4,656. Other costs that you have recording fees, and then all of your escrows for property taxes, and then home insurance and things like that. So you can see, oh, and then there you can see a negative of the $500 that we paid for like the good faith or the mortgage company. And then you can see like the total it costs to refinance was $8,860. So I did want to be clear on that, just so you can see, kind of like know what to look for when you are going through this process. So I say all this to say that if you are in the position that I was in and you purchased a home in your 20s, and at the time when I bought my home, I did what was best for me. I was the second person in my family ever to purchase a home, and no one really walked me through the steps of owning a home and all it entails. And at the time, an 80-20 loan is the loan that was presented to get us a home. And at that time, a lot of people around me didn't have homes, so it was the best thing that I could ever do. Okay, what I want to warn you about in the future is what I don't think you should do, but at the time I don't think it was a bad decision. So one of my loans was a balloon loan. And at the point of 20 something, I thought that this was going to be my starter home. I would have been sold it and I would be in another home. So that balloon loan was coming up, and basically I would have had to pay off in one lump sum the total amount that I owe once we hit the 30 year. I don't really understand how it wasn't paid off, but it was going to interest and not principal and all of this. I just would advise you against a balloon loan, which is what we ended up having for one of the loans. So luckily the refinance did come through, and now we're just at a fixed rate loan, and we did get a 15-year loan instead of a 30-year, obviously, because our original one was a 30-year loan and we only had 11 years left, but we did refinance at a 15-year loan. The only good thing about that is with any loan, you can pay more money to your principal and knock it down some years, but we felt that this was the best decision for us. So I hope this information has helped you if you were looking to refinance your home, or if you just want to know a little bit more about home ownership and the process. I've been trying to put this video out for a while, so I hope this was beneficial to you, and I hope it inspired you in some way. So that is going to be it for the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.